Hello, everybody, and welcome to Terrific Tuesday. My name's Derek Boykin, your host, with all sorts of great information for you, stuff that you can apply to your life and your business. So, something simple that I want to talk to you about today is how you can be in better control of what you can control within the sales process and some of the sales things that go on consciously and unconsciously. So, if your role involves selling, then you're going to want to pay attention. And if your life involves being a human, then you're going to want to pay attention. That is a double bind. That actually means that if you have a pulse, pay attention because you're in sales. So go back, listen to that again. I basically said the exact same thing in two different ways. So what I'm going to focus on here as we open this up is I want you to really understand that how you choose to speak is both conscious and unconscious. And we can get into that in other videos. And so in this one, I want you to pay close attention, starting with your voice tone and your facial expressions. And then I also want you to be repeating things back to your clients with their words and yours. So a quick example of voice tone. 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 Well, was that tone or was that volume? It was actually both. So it really depends on the voice tone that you use and the volume that you use. So you want to be mindful of both the tone and the volume. It's easy to change volume while not changing the tone. And a lot of this could be overanalyzed. All I want you to do is get really clear that this stuff matters and simply take your phone out and practice. That's what's going to get you the most results. Okay, so the big thing is facial expressions can be perceived consciously and unconsciously. And what this means is you might be somebody that has kind of a bland look on their face. No offense to you. You're okay. You're a good person. And somebody else unconsciously could take that look to be off-putting. So you are in sales and you're human and you want to make a connection with somebody. So you want to be mindful of how this resting look or this presentation look comes across because it's what you can control. Now that is an unconscious and a conscious, and I mean this like everything I've said here has to do with conscious and unconscious. The unconscious is like your eyes, they just blink. Now if you choose to blink them, you can consciously blink them. That's easy. Whereas a lot of communication, my hand gestures, the way I talk with my hands in words is being done both consciously and unconsciously. And I've done it unconsciously and consciously both for so long that it happens to be in flow and it works very well. So you want to be able to really find the balance of being conscious and unconscious of your actions so you can program yourself to do a new behavior repetitively. That's going to happen by the conscious use of specific language, the conscious use of specific voice tones. So I think I've given you enough content on some of that stuff. Maybe go back and re-watch it. Let's move into the next thing here. Repeating things back to people. Okay, this is done both in their words and in your own words because you want to make sure that they know you were paying attention. And even more importantly, you want to know that you actually understood what they said. If they specifically said, I would like to have one meeting with all of my team present, so this way we could all be really clear and up to speed on what's going to happen at the next phase. You could say something back like, you really want to make sure that what we do is efficient, which is why you want everybody at the next meeting so we could all be clear on what the next phase is, so we are not doing any redundant meetings and having excessive communication in order to facilitate the project. Yes, okay, that is adding words of your own as well as repeating words of their own. And then it's also got a little bit more specificity, as well as some confirmation language in there. Now, also, I want to have you aware that I'm doing these videos improv, so I'm making that up as I go, and that's the example of my unconscious awareness to how that process actually happens in real time for me. So this is really important, because what typically happens for people is they get into this but really they were thinking about that message that they forgot to reply to, and oh my goodness, it's 6:30 and I haven't eaten dinner yet. And if we repeat 3 words that the client says, we could just be unconsciously repeating them. Like, oh yeah, it sounds like you want to have a meeting so everybody's there. Okay, that's easy, because in autopilot, you could pick up enough words to BS both you and your client. At the end of the day, though, when you go back to taking notes and putting them into your system, you want to make sure that you actually got enough information of substance to make sure, that somebody else who's picking up that client, assume that your company is, 5 people big, and anybody else that touches that file, or 10 people or 20 people. And I say this because I would, like to believe that a lot of people that come across my videos have a small business. Maybe they are working with independent contractors. Maybe they are still an independent, solopreneur, all these things. So it really doesn't matter. You want to be able to be putting notes into your system, and whatever your system is, your CRM, your Excel file, whatever it is, that other people could pick up. So let's go down to the next thing, and then we're going to wrap the video up here, because I'll skim over the rest of this stuff fast. I want to make sure this video stays under 11 and a half minutes, and that's long. So you want to be honest with yourself. You truly want to think about sales and ask yourself, like, internally, what is it that you think or believe about sales? Take the time to write this down. Like, write down, like, hey, I think sales is really good. It really brings revenue to companies and generates the necessary resources to pay employees. Okay? Or you could say, like, I think sales is slimy. I hate having to do the sales process. I feel so dirty every time I have to ask somebody to buy my product or service. I don't like having to ask people for money. Write down everything. Get really clear. And here's why. Because sales is about the internal aspect of who you are. It is not about training. It's not about all that other stuff, even though it is. Now, that's not to say that the training in those things is not valuable. It's saying that you could have the best sales training, you could have the best process down, you could know product knowledge, you could know your customer's industry, you could have great skills and rapport connecting with your potential clients, and if you don't think sales is valuable because you think it's slimy, then welcome to reality. That's going to show up in your language patterns. It's going to show up in your overall sales demeanor. And it's also going to show up in how you vibrate. the energy that comes off of you. Okay. So when you're on the phone, make it a point to smile. If you're calling people, smile. If you're on a conference call, smile. This can be challenging. We talked about people with different kinds of looks on their face. You want people to be feeling good when they're communicating with you. This is real. Okay. And speaking of feeling good, you want to be feeling good. So this is where we'll wrap this up. You're going to be best suited when you are, dressing the part. If you're in a client-facing business, whether it's through WebEx or video conferencing or in person, then remember, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and so there is the last piece is there's also energy. Ensure that you have enough energy in both your voice and your body language in order to demonstrate the value of you and what you offer. Now, this is important because if you're like, yeah, we're going to help you get motivated. We're going to help you really take it to the next level. There's no energy there. And then also if you're like in, say, like health and fitness, and you're like, yeah, I'm really, really passionate about health and fitness is a big deal to me. There's not enough energy there. You want to be, I'm really passionate about health. Fitness is a big deal to me. I care about my clients. I want my clients to have results. And I don't want to care about my clients' results more than they do. You can feel the different kind of conviction there. So anyways, we're at that 12-minute mark. My name is Derek Boykin. I look forward to doing more videos of this nature. I am still willing to make mistakes and have fun and also keep getting up and bringing out more. So I would like you to comment below with what you liked about this video. Comment below what you didn't like. And that's that. And I look forward to seeing you guys again and making more of these videos. Have a great day.